What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. I often don't like to talk about how old I am on this show. I'm 37 years old. He's ancient to be on the internet. But that means that I remember some people from way back in the day, like Keith Olbermann, who used to have some type of relevancy. He used to have a show on MSNBC and then on ABC and ESPN. He was fired from that one. He was fired from ESPN like 3 times, fired from every show he's ever had on television. Keith Olbermann is now relegated to doing a little podcast from his water closet in his studio apartment and having the estrogen and cortisol levels of a post-menopausal psychopath living on the Upper East Side, which is exactly what he is. Keith Olbermann is a very unwell individual. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And so it is those cortisol levels and those postmenopausal estrogen levels that lead him to try and pick fights with some of our heroes here on the freedom movement. And one of those people is Riley Gaines. Riley Gaines is, of course, the spectacular swimmer from Kentucky who has rocketed to prominence talking about women's rights in sports. Keith Olbermann ripped after saying Riley Gaines sucked at swimming and is a nasty, ignorant man. Keith Olbermann got into a fight with Riley Gaines. Not a smart thing. What did Keith Olbermann say? Here is the offending tweet here from Keith Olbermann. Can you just address the reality and move past it? You sucked at swimming. That's why you lost. Keith Olbermann getting community noted into the sun here. Riley Gaines was a very successful swimmer, ending her college Wildcat career as one of the most decorated swimmers in program's history. She played an instrumental role in the Wildcats' clinching of their first ever conference championship title. Yeah. So Keith Olbermann getting wrecked and Riley Gaines saying, it makes sense why you were fired from ESPN. But Keith Olbermann wasn't done with the pain and the L's getting handed to him like lollipops. He went back in, calling Riley Gaines a nasty, stupid, unsuccessful transphobe, of which Riley Gaines then posted this video. And this is now going extremely viral. Have a look.
All right, Keith, as I was getting my All-SEC first-team honors down to show you, I dropped it. And I broke it, which would be really unfortunate if I didn't have more of those. But lucky for me, I do. So let's go through it. SEC title, second in the country. This is my SEC Community Service Leader of the Year award, which actually got me a lot of money. Oh, another SEC title, an NCAA trophy. Oh, look, SEC Scholar Athlete of the Year. Believe it or not, I'm pretty smart. Another SEC title, another NCAA trophy. Oh, that's when we won an SEC championship as a team. Some more SEC honors. Oh, look, another one. That's when I broke the 200 butterfly record, the SEC record, which I still hold, making me one of the fastest Americans of all time. And so, Keith, I would be really sad if I broke this trying to prove a point to an old man who can't even seem to keep a job, but I've got more of these, so I'm not. Thanks, Keith.
Oh, man. Oh, baby. Keith Olbermann getting fried like hot chicken. Like chicken in the oven by Riley Gaines, who is very good and very adept, actually, at handing out massive L's to libs live on camera. Riley Gaines did this during a congressional hearing about women's sports, where she was asked about the Serena Williams, the Williams sisters, and their ability to beat men. It is amazing how if you just repeat something as many times as you can, that doesn't make it true. The Williams sisters got their kicked by men who couldn't even rate in the top 200 in the men's tennis tournament. I mean, they got destroyed by dudes when they played, and they put up a challenge to play any man in the world, and like the 207th ranked man went and beat them handily. Of course, libs won't admit to this. And the lib activist that was dragged into the Senate to try and defend this kind of stuff got, again, utterly decimated by Riley Gaines.
How many female members of the NBA do you see?
Well, I can say that, there's been this news article about men that think that they could beat Serena Williams in tennis, right? That they think that they could actually score a point on her. And it's just not the case. She is stronger than that.
What's your experience, Ben? Male, female.
Both Serena and Venus lost to the 203rd ranked male tennis player, which they're phenoms for women.
Oh, okay. 203rd ranked male tennis player. Oh, man. Oh, sometimes it's so easy. actually. It's so easy. You almost feel bad picking on Keith Olbermann. He really has lost his mind. I mean, he's truly, like, this guy's truly lost his mind. He's just a lunatic. Keith Olbermann's a lunatic. Keith Olbermann, this is not even the most humiliating thing that has happened to him online. Keith Olbermann was deplatformed by Elon Musk on X, and then he had to start posting from his dog's Twitter account. This is the thing that actually happened. Olbermann mocked by Twitter users after being reduced to posting from his dog's account. He has snapped. Olbermann used his dog's account to blast South African-born Elon Musk as apartheid Clyde. Keith Olbermann's dogs. Who Keith Olbermann pays for verification? What do you know? Elon Musk already said it was a 7-day ban, and Keith Olbermann had already resorted to tweeting from his dog's account, says producer ALX. I'm not sure which is worth. This or Kathy Griffin tweeting from her dead mother's account. Oh, no, did she do that? Oh, no. Oh, it's so sad. There it is. It's still up. Look at this. Oh, it's too good. Oh, man. Oh, man, we just have too much fun. Riley Gaines was doing victory laps on Fox News about this very subject, the thermonuclear destruction of Keith Olbermann's career, if you can even call it that. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy.
Well, I can tell you why I think. And being a Christian myself, I see this entirely as spiritual warfare. The Bible tells us that we will live in a time where our no's are yeses and our yeses are no, and I'm certain that we're living in that time now. But I'll tell you, I'm excited because we know who wins. But these companies, they're following the money. They don't follow red. They don't follow blue. They follow green. Same thing with the NCAA. Same thing with prisons and domestic violence shelters. They're scared of losing federal funding. They know if they don't adhere, they won't get that money. So they're willing to do whatever to make sure they can maintain their funding.
And it's the same thing with investing in communist China. You know, I mean, they complain about investing in fossil fuels. No, we don't want to do that. But they're perfectly fine investing in the very companies that may very well turn their guns against America with the Chinese Communist Party. Riley, you recently launched the Riley Gaines Center at the Leadership Institute. You're trying to help fight for women's spaces to remain just for women. Tell us about the Institute and how it's resonating.
Absolutely. So when I started speaking out, I began to get an influx of private messages, people telling me, thank you for doing what you're doing. Keep going. And at first I was, pretty honored by this. But then as it continued, I began to feel frustrated because the arrows, they began to come. And I was getting a lot of those. And I'm like, why aren't people sharing these arrows with me? And I realized people are scared. They're scared to be leaders for those reasons that we mentioned. And so I created the Riley Gaines Center. What this is, it's a training program to help empower and inspire and equip leaders, whether that's, school board leaders, community leaders, national leaders, campus leaders, whatever that looks like, equip them with the correct resources and communication tools to be effective in being a leader. We're also going to be funding to put conservative speakers back on college campuses, which I think is so important, especially just graduating from college and seeing how the freedom of speech is under threat. Continuing to help girls, female athletes, women really break their stories as it pertains to this so people don't continue to believe the narrative that this is a non-issue and it's not happening, because that couldn't be further from the truth.